Hello. So in this lecture we will see the convention for gears. So gears are mainly used for transmission of power. So for transmission of power between two shafts, these shafts should be placed at smallest distance or some distance apart. So these gears are used. So there are various types of gears: spur gear, helical gear, rack and pinion, bevel gear, worm and wormmill. So one by one we will see these all gears. So first is spur gear or helical gear. So what is this gear? Before going to in detail of gears, so what is gear? So gear is a one cylindrical disc. On this disc the teeth are provided on outer surface. So these teeth will be engaged with the teeth of another wheel. In this way the power is transmitted from one wheel to another wheel, and these two wheels will be attached on two shafts. So this is input shaft, this is output shaft. So this on input shaft the gear will be or one wheel will be mounted. So the smaller wheel is called as pinion and the larger wheel is called as gear. So this is the pinion and this is gear. So this is pinion is mounted on input shaft and gear is mounted on output shaft. And this is the pitch circle radius. If you observe this is look like as center line. Center line. This is the circle in the form of center line. This is called as circular pitch or pitch circle diameter. So the gear will be represented with the help of this pitch circle diameter. Again, if you observe this gear, here also the pitch circle will be shown. These two pitch circles are meeting at one point. Means if you have to transfer the power from one shaft to another shaft, then these two pitch circles should be get matched. If these two pitch circles are not getting matched, then the power will not be transferred from one shaft to another shaft. So the necessary condition is these two pitch circles must coincide at one single point. So this is point is called as pitch point. This is the pitch point. What is pitch point? The point at which the two pitch circles of pinion and gear will coincide. It is called as pitch point. So while drawing the convention, you must pay attention that this pitch circle must coincide at pitch point. So this is the spur gear. So in spur gear, the teeth are parallel to the axis of gear, and in helical gear, the teeth are inclined at some helical angle with respect to the axis of gear. So according to the teeth, that is inclination of teeth, the gears are classified as spur gear and helical gear. In spur and helical gear, the shafts, that is input shaft and output shaft, are parallel to each other. These two shafts are parallel to each other and placed at some distance apart. So this is the side view, this is front view. In front view, this gear is shown, that is meshing is shown here. So this is the center line and this is the gear. So this is shaft. On this shaft, this pinion is mounted. This is output shaft. On this shaft, the gear is mounted. And this is the cross-sectional view of the spur gear is shown. So next is screw gear. So in the screw gear, one screw is there and another is gear. Means screw is meshing with gear. So the screw is rotating and the screw will mesh with the gear. Means one of the pinion will be replaced with the help of screw and another is gear. This is same as spur and helical gear, only one pinion is replaced with the help of screw. So this is the screw gear. Next, rack and pinion. So in this rack and pinion, this is the rack. So what? This is the rack. This horizontal component is called as rack. On this rack, the teeth are provided. This rack is having sliding motion, or it will move only horizontally. It will slide horizontally, and the pinion will be rotating. Means the motion is rotating and sliding motion. This is the sliding motion of rack is converted into rotary motion of pinion. So this is the rack and pinion. Means one of the gear is replaced with the help of rack, and this is the pinion. So pinion is rotating and rack is sliding. So this is rack and pinion. Next is bevel gear. So what is bevel gear? If two shafts are at 90 degree, means you have to transfer the power between two shafts, and these shafts are placed at 90 degree or perpendicular to each other, then this bevel gear is used. So the shape will be different. In spur gear, the shape will be in the form of disc. So the shape of bevel gear is in the form of frustum of cone. If you observe the frustum of cone, then this frustum of cone, if you observe this shape of the bevel gear is like the frustum of cone. On this frustum of cone, the number of discs are provided, and these two frustum of cone will be meshing with each other. So the power is transmitted from one shaft to another shaft, and these two shafts will be at 90 degree or perpendicular to each other. So this is the bevel gear. Next, worm and worm wheel. So this is worm. This is horizontal member is called as worm. On this circumference of worm, the threads are provided, or the teeth are provided. This is look like as screw. So this is called as worm, and this is worm wheel. On this wheel, the teeth are provided. If you observe this, the dimension or the shape, this worm will be smaller in size and wheel is in larger size. For greater reduction, or if you want to reduce the speed drastically, then this worm and worm wheel will be used. Next we will see the some machining operations, that is convention for machining operations. So first machining operation, that is boring. So what is boring? Boring means you have to remove the internal material of the parts. Internal material is removed. That is boring means you have to drill this hole in the component and remove the material. So this is called as boring operation. So board component. So convention for board component is shown like you have to simply show this hole inside this component. Next is countersunk. What is countersunk? If you want to extend the upper surface of this hole, then in the form of this frustum of cone, then this operation is called as countersunk. Means end of the holes are get extended in the form of this frustum of cone, then this is called as countersunk operation. So this is the convention for countersunk. Next is counter bore. So the board component of the one end of the hole is making in the shape of the rectangular shape. So this is the counter bore. Next is facet. This is the facet operation, that is one of the end will be at some facing, that is this is the facing operation. This is not facet, this is facing operation. Means if you observe this component, then this upper surface will be faced. Means this is facing operation will be done, or this upper portion some material is removed on this upper surface. So this is facing operation. Next is board and recessed. Board means you have to remove the material hole, and this is recessed. Means inner end of the hole is extended to some point or to some extension. So this is recessed and board. Next is fillet. So this is the fillet operation. So fillet means you have to only these corners are smooth. Means made these corners smooth. So this is the plate operation. Next is male radius. So outer surfaces gets chamfered. So this is some radius. This is called as male radius. And next is chamfered. Chamfered means this is two ends are, these sharp ends are removed, and this is done as chamfered operation. And next is beveled. So this is the beveled operation. So here this is some part is get reduced. This is the beveled operation. This is the convention for beveled operation. So these are the some machining operations and the convention of machining operations. Okay, thank you.